Hello guys, it's Ben and Georgia again for Homemade Karate video 13. In the last video I talked about grappling and getting the rhythm. Today we'll talk about fundamentals. Well, as in the video, grappling and getting a rhythm is freestyle. Getting the rhythm is freestyling. Once this is all complete, you'll get what I mean, the rhythm and freestyling. I'm not gonna try and make people pause enough when they're actually in combat. I'm not gonna make any pausing points. Grappling. Talked about. I don't remember. It's been a while since I'm getting on this, back on this homemade karate stuff. But we'll talk about grappling and fundamentals. So the fundamentals are striking, kicking, guarding, body guarding. This one can probably be a side kick guard instead of taking it with one. You can use two hands. Catch it in this angle, in this angle. Grappling is when you have somebody head to head like that, thinking about how to take each other down, and give good locks. I gotta try and think of something to get those in there, like ground game. Well, anyways, for standing here, at the head, you got each other on the head, trying to take each other down. It's pushing to the side too, or pulling, or stepping on the foot, pushing, taking down. Well, that's what if you want to do for takedowns and there's some are stepping on a foot or bringing down, putting in and flanking them into the knee to the face or the nose. That's one you can do. Step to the side and knee them in the face, or punch them for body shots. Once you're in that, once you make a connection, you probably have a good chance to go to the feet and pick them up. You scoop in like this, and you grab the feet if you stun them in a strike and body slam them. Slam them as hard as you can, like you're in a wrestling match. That creates pressure and pain for taking down your enemy. There are some points where you can get people in a tombstone headlock and suddenly knock them out. Maybe kill them if you want. It's combat. You gotta know your boundaries. You gotta know the outcomes, the responsibilities of what you do, your actions. And for head grappling and even like when you're on the ground too, like the main point is like you have somebody's legs right here, and you're trying to get into the over the legs, and into the arms right here now and the head, and you can go for a full ground and pound or maybe you can like grab one under the arm and pull it straight and trap into a Kimura and make them tap out. Yeah, like go for the nose, but it's hard. It's hard when you have somebody like when you're struggling with somebody in the ground and pound situation. Like they're gonna try and want to get up. You have to do all these reversals from your opponent trying to get up. Like sometimes they can slip you to in a position like this with their leg, and they'll have a chance to get up or somehow. It's a ground game thing, and or you can wrap up their sleeve and wrap up their shirt, like what they do in jiu-jitsu. They wrap up their shirt and strangle them. You can do that in the front too. Just kneel down, or like if you want, you can choke them out. But anyways, like in the ground situation, is like try keeping your opponent on the ground like glue. Like just try and understand the fundamentals and the opening, and it's just like freestyling. Like using your weight too helps. You have to try and if you want to get to the on top of the waist instead of your right here, you have to try and work on that. And there's a lot of good grapplers out there, a lot of good fighters. I'm just a little nutcase, I guess I can say for myself. I see my limits, and like for one, when you have this, like you can press on the leg and scoop over. Now you're on top of the leg. And I'll squeal and try and probably go this way and try and scoop his leg out. Like that, and hold the other leg down. And then you have the full mount. And just go for the nose, jaw. You're gonna be guarding the face. Or maybe you can hold one arm down. Try that, maybe, or not. And or you can go for an arm bar. Like they're gonna be guarding like that basically. If it's gonna be straight, you go for the swings. Maybe you can try. They're gonna be guarding their face pretty much skewing, and you have to try and scoop some in there in a real combat situation. Like the nose is a soft spot. That's my very first weak spot I ever thought about for my homemade karate. There's all kinds of ways, like striking. If you want to strike in the ground and pound game and full mount, and and you have your opponent on the ground like that, squeezing, like trying to get you off them too, like guarding or things like that. You have to be aggressive. You have to think like a boxer, because you're only gonna have arms in that type of situation. So that's why I talked about like talked about like getting the rhythm and like getting familiar with your, but only with your fist, right? You got, like for a ground and pound head game. This is full boxing, and you gotta think like a boxer, be as aggressive like a boxer. That's why I talked about like having full strikes in your full strikes and for full arms, like for full fledged. That's how you have to be. That's how you have to. Those are the key points, like full legs, like when leg kicking, arms, grappling, meditation, and like discipline-wise, meditation, and like grappling. You gotta be familiar with all those 5 stages. Like common sense could be a meditation. So like if you wanna get good in ground game, you have to think like a boxer, act like a boxer, and be aggressive like a boxer. That's why I said get familiar with your staking, soft point. You know what I mean, huh? Like Mike Tyson in the key in the ring, like something like Mike Tyson. Yeah, that's how aggressive you gotta be, man. And like what I said of having those 5 meditations full into your body, like getting familiar with them, like for striking with your hands, and then your legs. With your legs, that's why we're gonna talk about all that, like karate. Right, so if you wanna be good in full mount, full head ground and pound game, you gotta practice your arms locked, like body shots, soft spots, breaking the bag, speed bag, or sparring with someone like boxing. That's why you get familiar with them. Try and use all your paw control, your south, north, south, whatever they're called, your sideways, your step. And that's how you get familiar with the legs. That's why I was talking about those leg locks, like how to lock people in. So if somebody goes for your legs, you'll have a glimpse and muscle memory in your body to get rid of those. Like even for what I said, if you wanna be familiar with like full mount ground and pound to the head. That's why I said like familiar yourself with your arms, like get your soft spots in your freestyle shots, your tempo shots, your swings. Like, that's why you get familiar with them, because like practice too as well, like hearing from me, like if you have time, like, or if you're really in a struggle, think of this like this. That's why we're talking about getting from point A to point Z. I'm trying to teach you how to be professional, well, at least trying to. Like, one of my friends said they tried this martial arts and it didn't work. So I'm gonna try and make this work, or try to think of something for this to become a reality. So yeah, get familiar, and like for grappling, like maybe you can grab one one wrist and lock it and grab the other one like that and try and lock the other one, lock the one arm in your forearm wrist and start swinging one hand like that. And that's pretty much for ground game level 1.